Welcome everyone and thanks for joining. I hope you're all enjoying the conference and finding it valuable. For those of you who don't know Banner, I'd like to start with a brief introduction. Then I'll provide an overview of the three prominent trends from our workplace report and how they may have an impact on your institution. And lastly, there'll be an opportunity to ask any questions. Banner is the UK's largest workplace supplies and services company to both the public and private sector, large and small, providing solutions and services for the wider workplace, covering cleaning, catering and PPE supplies, through to furniture, printed goods, technology, managed print services, and office stationery. We have over 350 vehicles in our fleet, making 18,000 deliveries per day. Over 100,000 lines per day are picked and packed in the 650,000 plus square feet of warehousing. Many of you will be preparing for a post-COVID workplace. I'm sure you've all been reading in the news, speaking to your peers, etc., to gather opinions and build a picture of how we will all operate in post-COVID workplace. That's where we come in. We are the experts in workplace supplies and services. We are uniquely placed to see what's happening across businesses, sectors, and industries, and identify the trends that will result in a permanent shift in the way we are working. We have analysed our sales data and spoken to our experts to create this report that highlights the three most prominent trends which will impact the way we all operate in the workplace. We hope this presentation and the full report will provide you with a valuable insights that benefit you when deciding how to prepare and adjust your workplace strategies. The report not only charts the dramatic impact of COVID-19 on the UK's workplace supplies and services, but identifies trends which our experts predict will continue for the long term. The first trend is flexi working and worker well-being. Back office functions were commonly working 1 or 2 days at home. It is evident that sitting still for long periods of time or commuting long distances to sit in packed inner city office blocks does not appeal to the new generation of employees entering the workforce. This young group of people expect more from their jobs than simply a salary, and their demands and perceived benefits are shaping the workplace for everyone. Ergonomic equipment, efficient technology, flexible working hours and locations are evolving hand in hand with a growing awareness amongst employers about the importance of looking after staff wherever and however they choose to work. COVID-19 has significantly fast-tracked the agile and flexible working trend, providing beyond doubt the feasibility of working from home. And with a surge in the adoption of technology and equipment supporting this progress, flexible agile working is here to stay. An analysis of our product sales demonstrates that its impact can be felt on the equipment businesses buy and how the office space is being used. As we look across the verticals that Banner services, we can see that different industries have been adopting the trend at different paces and with different motivations. The government and public sector are keen to conform and seem to abide by health and safety regulations. The financial sector is focused on increasing productivity and attracting talent. Creative industries are driven by talent attraction and facilitating new ways of working. Business efficiency software is driving technology innovation, and these smarter working tools and demand for them from the young emerging workforce are driving smarter workplaces. As an example, Zoom's revenue for its fiscal first quarter between February and April 2020 more than doubled from the same time the previous year. By March, the business had more than 200 million daily users, clearly demonstrating the demand for and reliance on the technology. Even when social distancing measures permit more physical face-to-face interaction, the demand for Zoom and its like might decrease, but it will remain an integral part of working life. In support of this technology boom, there has been a dramatic rise in demand for associated products, such as webcams and headsets. In fact, demand for headsets from Banner customers rose 2,000% last year. In the future, we predict the market will increasingly move to a leasing model so businesses can keep up with fast-moving technological changes without massive cost. Just as we have seen with the mobile phones, cars and properties, The upgrading culture is impacting the workplace, and the generation entering the workforce has high expectation of the equipment it will work with. Employers can't afford not to keep up. The fast tracking of agile and flexible working trend has also an impact on the workplace space itself. The use of laptops frees up space and so reduces overheads. Having a proportion of your staff regularly working from home frees up even more space. The coronavirus pandemic has altered the use of office space even further for those workers still using them. Communal areas are now deemed high risk, and businesses are focusing on reducing the time people are congregating together, keeping the flow through the building space moving. In turn, we have witnessed that this shapes the products that businesses are buying. Water coolers and large shared catering products are out, replaced by individually packaged items such as small bottles of water and coffee sachets. The sales of coffee sachets peaked in March 2020, increasing 48% from January 2020. The sales of plastic disposable items such as cups and cutlery peaked in June as businesses prepare for staff to potentially return to the workplace, with a 71% increase compared to pre-lockdown levels in January. For businesses intent on reducing single-use plastic, this shift presents its own challenges. Office spaces are being reconfigured with the emphasis of being mobile and adaptable, overlaid by social distancing. Bigger meeting rooms are taking the place of communal areas. Open plan working and fixed finishings are being replaced by modular solutions that allow for future adaptations and quick learning. A high demand for screens, both acrylic and wipeable fabric screens, was seen in scenarios where staff moved back into the offices. In the future, we predict that many physical estates will shrink as businesses become less reliant on static offices. Long office contracts are going to become cumbersome, and larger inner city offices will become unnecessarily expensive, making satellite offices a more attractive option. Organizations are increasingly shopping by cost, not just price. By that, we mean cost to the environment and cost or impact of their corporate and social responsibilities. Banner, as a supplier, is being asked to demonstrate and evidence how we are assisting and supporting organizations with their carbon reduction plans. For example, we helped one Banner customer to calculate that a 58% reduction in the number of deliveries they received resulted in a CO2 reduction of 8,300 kilograms, vehicle fuel usage down by 300,000 litres, and delivery paper usage dropped by 59%. The CSR-led approach to purchasing is not equal across all industries and sectors. It is especially evident across public and higher education sectors and large corporates. The government and universities require details about plastic content, product source, recyclability, waste impact, where the waste will go, and proof of closed loop product cycle. Organizations want to reduce the number of deliveries and touch points to lower the risk of contamination. In addition, order values have gone down, so there's a need to consolidate in order to save on price. For some businesses, consolidation is a procurement-led decision. There is proven better value for money in working with one supplier. For the supplier, consolidation encourages organizations to increase what they ask of suppliers or to innovate on their behalf, such as adding new services, solutions, and product lines to their offering. Consolidation is also driven by a desire to buy less and store less. For example, there is an increase in demand for more concentrated cleaning solutions in smaller amounts with recycled packaging. Traditionally, cleaning supplies are 90% water, so businesses are paying to transport the water. This way of operating is on its way out as organizations strive to cut out hidden costs from the supply chain. The consolidation attitude is driving innovation in products and services provided. Multi-use products, especially in facilities management, such as cleaning, have soared in popularity. For example, one of our key suppliers has seen a 2,000% increase in sales of refillable cleaning products, which can be used as hand sanitizer as well as for cleaning services such as monitors, keyboards, and workstations. Fulfillment partners, such as Banner, now play a pivotal role in educating customers on product use so they can behave, can change, and more effective products can be purchased. With consumers increasingly making purchase decisions based on traceability, ethical trading, and environmental motivations, this will continue to have a knock-on effect across industries and sectors. So we predict the consolidation trend is here to stay and that we are well placed to support it. The third and final trend in this report is the shift of cleaning and infection control from being a facilities management consideration to a central role in business activities in crisis management. It may seem obvious to discuss the importance of cleaning and infection control during a global pandemic, but given the impact it has had long-term behavior changes in the workplace, 2020 could not be reviewed without it. Even in general terms, our sales on facility supplies increased 287% between January 2020 and May 2020. The COVID-19 pandemic generated an extreme but short-term spike in demand for cleaning and sanitation products. Banner's SME customers increased sales of general products by 987% between January 2020 and April 2020. But more crucially, it created a long-term need to create more COVID virus secure workplaces and change behavior. The business response to the pandemic can be split into two broad phases. During phase one, COVID-19 response, organizations were reactionary, frantically sourcing face masks and sanitization products and sending staff home out of harm's way wherever possible. The activity shifted to creating COVID-compliant workplaces so that those who needed to be at work could be there safely, and more thoughtful purchasing decisions were being made about products such as masks and hand sanitizers. For example, moving away from harmful high-alcoholic content products to those that can be safely used long term, and the introduction of a UK manufactured BSI certified face mask rather than the carbon heavy lengthy supply chains option from the Far East. We are now in phase two of COVID response, which is focused on better business preparedness, creating new permanent working practices to avoid future pandemics having such a significant impact on functionality of an organization. Hygiene and cleanliness are now fundamental aspects of business risk strategy moving forward. This phase has accelerated an already apparent trend for low contact value for money workplace cleaning products. These need to be easy to store, dilutable, brought in concentrated forms to avoid the cost of transporting water-heavy products. This phase is also driving product innovation to promote behavior change and contamination prevention, and in ways which fit with organizations' environmental policies. The cleaning of equipment and other touch points might have been the employee's responsibility historically, but now policy changes are making that responsibility more stringent, causing an increase in demand for products such as alcohol-based wipes. Organizations are looking for innovative solutions to help safeguard the workplace, and these can be sector-specific. For example, standalone hand washing stations with foot-operated taps have been popular in the education sector as they can be installed outside and allow the frequent hand washing now necessary without congregation of students in small spaces inside. The education sector is one example where cleaning and sanitization has been the most important because social distancing is so much harder to enforce amongst students. There are also a lot of communal areas and touch points combined with limited resource to handle the additional cleaning requirements. Therefore, our education customers have reported back to us that fast action, easy to use products introduced by a reliable supplier have been essential. We predict that the pace of unique solutions coming to the market will continue to rise in with the need for infection control. Preventative measures in the future will be vital to reducing pandemic risk and will be a crucial partner to the vaccine. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please either pop them in the panel or turn yourself off mute. To request a copy of our full post-COVID report, please, again, drop me a message in the chat or visit us at Booth 25. Thank you very much.